had this moment this morning that I think probably everyone listening has had. I pulled up my screen time report,
Oh, no.
looked at the number, and just, immediately closed it. It
Ew.
was honestly a little embarrassing. We spend hours every single day scrolling, tapping,
Swiping.
But it hit me, I don't really have the specific words to describe how these tools actually work. I mean, I can use them, but if I had to explain the mechanics, I'd be struggling.
You're not alone in that at all. It's a classic case of being a user versus being informed. We treat them like magic, but they're very specific machines.
Right.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We're looking at research that calls this unlocking your phone's English potential, but I kind of like to think of it as learning how the machine thinks.
I love that. It feels less like a vocabulary lesson and more like taking the red pill in the Matrix or something.
It's a little bit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
The goal here is to move beyond just, passively consuming the content.
Yeah.
We want to understand the mechanics, the business models, which can be quite clever, and the strategies designed to keep us glued to the screen.
So we're not just talking about cool apps. We're learning the actual language of the app economy.
Precisely. And we structured this into 3 main parts based on the sources. First, we'll break down how apps work, the user experience, the nuts and bolts.
Sorry?
Second, we'll get into the business side, how all these free apps actually make billions of dollars.
Which is always a mind bender.
And third, engagement, the psychology of why we can't look away.
And then, to make it all stick, we're going to apply this new vocabulary to some real-world case studies. Fitness trackers, games, that kind of thing.
It's going to be a pretty comprehensive look at the digital world we all carry in our pockets.
Okay, let's do it. Let's start with the machine itself. Section 1, the mechanics. The sources bring up a word we hear all the time but maybe don't fully appreciate. Interface.
Right. Interface is it's essentially the bridge between you and the machine.
Hmm.
It's the design, the feel, how you interact with everything.
So when I open an app and I immediately know where the home button is and how to find my profile.
Without even thinking about it.
Right. That's the interface doing its job.
That is the perfect definition of a successful interface. The source notes that a good one is intuitive. You don't need a manual, you just get it. It feels natural.
It's funny, you really only notice the interface when it's bad.
Exactly. When it works, it's invisible.
But part of making that interface feel natural is making it look how you want it to look. Which brings us to a word that is, I think, just absolutely central to the modern app experience.
Oh yeah, this one's huge.
The word is customize.
It's all about changing settings or the appearance to fit your own preference. It gives you a sense of agency.
I want to pause here for a second because this word is so important, and the spelling actually helps you visualize what it's doing.
That's a great point.
For everyone listening, just picture this word. It's spelled C-U-S-T-O-M-I-Z-E.
Right. The stress is really on the custom part. It isn't customer, it's custom. It's not off the shelf.
Exactly. C-U-S-T-O-M-I-Z-E. You're taking this generic piece of software and stamping your own identity on it.
And the source gives a great example. I've customized my fitness app to show my favorite workouts first. Or, adding widgets to your home screen. It's making the experience yours.
And when you've done that, you feel a connection to it.
You do. Psychologically, once you've customized something, you're much less likely to delete it. You've put work in.
I've decorated my digital room.
Exactly. You've created a sense of ownership.
Okay, now moving on to another mechanical term that it saves my life daily, but also kind of traps me. Sync.
Short for synchronization, yeah. This is the magic that happens in the background. It's just updating data automatically across all your devices.
So this is like when I take a photo on my phone, and 5 minutes later, I open my tablet, and boom, it's just there.
Right. The photo has synced to the cloud. The source uses the example of notes syncing between a phone and a laptop. It ensures your digital life is always current.
We'd be lost without it. But there's a flip side to that, isn't there? Once everything is synced to one company's cloud, it becomes really hard to leave.
That's the deeper implication. Syncing is convenient, absolutely, but it's also the walls of the garden. If all your photos and contacts are in one ecosystem, switching is a huge headache.
This works. Is another way of saying you can never leave.
It's a terrifyingly good point.
Okay, so we have the mechanics interface, customize, and sync. Now here's where it gets really interesting and expensive. Let's talk about the money.
The business side. Yeah, this is often misunderstood because on the surface, everything looks free.
And the first term here is one of my favorite words because it sounds so contradictory. Freemium.
It is a clever word for a clever strategy. It's a mix of free and premium.
So how does it work? Is it just a free trial?
Not exactly. A free trial ends, freemium is. Well, the basics are free forever. You can download it and use it right now. But if you want the advanced features,
Like unlimited lives in a game or offline listen.
that's when you have to pay. The sources mention Duolingo and Spotify. You can learn a language or listen to music for free, but
But there are ads, or you have to wait for your hearts to refill.
exactly. It's a gateway. They give you just enough value to get you hooked, but introduce just enough friction to make you consider paying to make the pain go away.
It's basically the first hit is free model.
And it is remarkably effective.
Then we have the subscription model. This feels like it has just taken over everything.
It really has. The key difference here, which the source makes really clear, is ownership versus access.
Okay.
When you bought software on a CD-ROM, you owned it. With a subscription, you're just paying a regular fee monthly or yearly to access the service.
Like Netflix, I don't own those movies.
Exactly. You are renting access to their library. You stop paying, the access just vanishes.
That's a scary thought. You're essentially renting your lifestyle.
Mm.
Okay, one more way they get our money, and this one's a bit sneaky. In-app purchase.
Yes. This is when you buy something inside the app's ecosystem. Not the app itself, but things like extra lives, digital coins, photo filters.
The source material actually has a specific warning for parents about this.
It does. It mentions the phrase, disable in-app purchases on your child's tablet. It's so easy for a kid to rack up a huge bill buying, digital berries or gold coins.
And they're brilliant about it. They convert your real dollars into gems or coins first. So you aren't spending $5, you're spending 500 gems.
Which completely abstracts the pain of paying. It feels like play money until the bill arrives.
So true. Okay, so we know how they work, we know how they get paid. But why do we stay? Section 3, the psychology of engagement.
This is where design meets human behavior, and yeah, where things can get a little manipulative.
It all starts with a feed.
The feed. The source describes it beautifully as an endless updating stream of content, a river of content.
It's that infinite scroll. You just
Yeah.
keep flicking your thumb, and there's always something new. It never says the end.
And that's by design. If there's no stopping cue, like the end of a chapter, your brain doesn't know when to disengage, so you just keep scrolling.
But who decides what goes in that river? It's not random.
That would be the algorithm.
Ah, the mysterious algorithm. We talk about it like it's a person. The algorithm hates me today.
Well, it's essentially the brain behind the feed. It's just a set of rules that decides what to show you based on your past behavior. It's constantly testing you.
So if I watch one video on how to bake bread,
The algorithm notices. It says, this user likes baking. The source gives the YouTube example of recommending cooking videos because it knows you love them. It's trying to show you what you can't look away from.
and when it gets that right for millions of people at once, we get our next term, go viral.
Right. Comparing it to a virus is very appropriate. It just means content spreading extremely quickly to millions of people. It infects the network.
Her dance video went viral overnight. But viral isn't just luck, is it? It's usually because the content triggered high engagement,
Correct. And engagement is the metric that everyone cares about most.
which sounds like a marriage proposal, but it means something very different here.
In this context, engagement is how you interact with content, likes, comments, shares. It's not enough to just view it. They want you to touch the screen.
Because that involves more cognitive effort. It means you're emotionally invested.
Precisely. And high engagement usually comes from strong emotions, humor, shock, anger. So the algorithm favors things that make us react.
Speaking of engagement, if you, the listener, are finding this useful, just mentally give us a thumbs up right now to boost our engagement.
Knife, a practical application.
I try. Okay, we have our vocabulary toolkit. Let's move to the case studies and diagnose some real apps using these words.
Let's do it.
First up, the video and lip sync app. The source says it's for uploading videos of singing or moving lips to lyrics.
Okay, that's clearly TikTok. It mentions duet features, visual effects, challenges.
Through our new lens, the interface is all about speed swipe up, next video. But the real secret sauce here is the algorithm.
Absolutely. The TikTok algorithm is famous for how quickly it learns what you like, and that duet feature. That is a tool built specifically for engagement. It turns watchers into creators.
Right. The source also notes a safety warning. Must be over 12 years old. Check privacy settings. Which connects right back to
Customizing your settings, crucial step.
next profile. The fitness tracker. The source mentions Fitbit.
Classic example of sync. It follows your activity, exercise, sleep. All that data has to sync from the watch to your phone.
And it creates a personalized fitness program. That's customization. Plus, there are leaderboards and challenges.
That's gamification to drive engagement. You see your friend walk 10,000 steps, you feel the need to walk 11,000.
Speaking of games, let's talk about the survival game. 100 players. Shrinking map.
That has to be Fortnite.
The source mentions collecting materials and building, but from a business angle, this is the absolute king of freemium.
It is. You can play the entire game for free. You can win for free. So how do they make billions? In-app purchases.
But not for better guns, which is key.
No, you pay for outfits, dances, skins. You pay for vanity. You are customizing your character to look cool.
So they basically monetize the interface. They monetize how you look.
Precisely.
Okay, let's pivot to productivity. The digital notebook.
This would be Evernote for students or professionals.
The feature that blew my mind in the description is the handwriting recognition.
It's pretty amazing. You can take a photo of handwritten notes, and the app lets you search for words inside the image.
That is a perfect example of a high-utility interface.
Yeah.
And again, it relies on sync between your phone and your laptop.
It creates a seamless workflow.
Two more quick ones. The music identifier, or SoundHound.
Right. It solves the what is that song problem. But what's unique, and the source highlights this, is you can just hum or sing the tune.
I'm not sure I'd want an app analyzing my humming. But it also has a karaoke mode.
Which is an attempt to drive engagement. Identifying a song takes 10 seconds. Karaoke keeps you in the app for 3 minutes.
Makes sense. Finally, the DIY Community Instructables.
This is a platform built entirely around user content. Recipes, engineering, building rockets.
Building a rocket, okay.
The community aspect is key uploading projects, voting, that voting system. That is literally engagement metrics determining what rises to the top of the feed.
It's amazing how these same words apply to everything from building rockets to tracking your sleep.
Because the underlying structure of the app economy is remarkably consistent.
Now, Section 5. The source has this really fun section on problem solving and future design. Creating apps to solve teenage problems.
This is where it gets creative. It all starts with identifying a pain point.
And one of the pain points is siblings.
A universal problem, yes.
So get this concept, the anti-brother app.
I saw that one. The problem is a lack of privacy.
The solution, an app that emits a sound only a sibling can hear to make them leave the room.
It's brilliant. It relies on the fact that younger ears can hear higher frequencies. So you press a button, this sound plays that parents can't hear, and your brother runs away.
A dog whistle for annoying little brothers. I would have paid for that. A definite in-app purchase opportunity.
It's a hilarious idea, but it solves a real user need. Privacy.
Then there's a more practical one, the homework locator.
The problem, I don't lose my homework on purpose. I just can't find it.
The solution is clever in theory. You take a photo of the homework, and when you lose it, the app tells you where the physical paper is.
Now hang on. How does a photo know where the physical paper is?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
The source dialogue is actually really funny about this. One person asks, how does it work? And the other just says, not sure yet.
Classic vaporware.
Okay.
We'll fix it in the next update. But that interaction highlights the grammar of recommendation in our sources.
It does. When we talk about apps, we use certain phrases. Why don't you? Or, if I were you.
Like, if I were you, I'd download that anti-brother app immediately.
Exactly. Or, why don't you customize your settings? It's how these things spread through word of mouth.
So what's the big takeaway from all this?
I think it means we can stop seeing our phones as these magic boxes. They're products. They have mechanics we can customize, business models we can understand, and algorithms designed to maximize our engagement.
Knowledge is power.
Especially here. When you understand the trick, the magic fades a bit, and you get some of your control back.
All right, let's wrap this up with a lightning round review.
Okay, mechanics. Interface, sync, and, don't forget it, customize.
Business. Freemium, subscription model, in-app purchase.
And social, feed, algorithm, go viral, engagement.
Perfect. Now, I have a mission for you listening.
The challenge.
Pick up your phone, choose just one app you use every day, and describe it to yourself using at least 2 of the words we learned.
For example.
This game has a great interface, but the in-app purchases are just so annoying.
Or, I love how this news app customizes my feed, but I really hate the subscription model.
Exactly. It forces you to use the vocabulary actively. It breaks the spell.
And before we go, here's a final provocative thought to chew on. We talked a lot about the algorithm and engagement. When you're scrolling through your feed tonight, ask yourself this. Are you choosing what you see, or is the algorithm just shaping your worldview to keep you looking for 5 more minutes? Who's really in control of the interface?
Oof. That is definitely something to think about. Thanks for diving in with us, everyone. And don't forget to check your privacy settings.